Hello everyone, my name is Toto and welcome back to another episode of the Stanley Parable. I don't really have a plan for this. Just think we're just gonna have a closer look around, see if we can find
All
anything that might change. Hello.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I don't want to do that yet. We're just gonna have a look around, see if we may have found anything, because eventually we're gonna retrace our steps and then see if we can find any endings we may have missed, like any options we didn't take. Nothing there.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Wait. All of these chairs are pushed in except for that one. Can I do something with that? Also, why is this the chair they're using? This isn't on rollers. What the hell? That one's on rollers. Does that mean it's safe to climb on? Is that what I'm getting out of this? You don't climb on rolling chairs. No? No climb? No climb on this? I don't believe you. I get the feeling you want me to climb on this. Why else would this chair be different from all the other ones? Huh? Oh, hey! Now what? Can I get over the partition? Can I not do anything with this? Can I go? Oh, crouching is a thing. I'm unstoppable. Now what? Can we like escape through the ceiling tiles like we thought that one guy did? Hello, Purgatory. Hello? Ah!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Really?
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yeah!
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Oh. No, I'm enjoying myself.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Yay! Still not sick of it yet. Should I wait around and see if he gets tired first? Do I have to outlast the narrator? Do I just restart? I'm gonna restart. Okay, well, you heard the guy. We have to do it now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's
Not
design.
this time,
all
I'm on
along.
you now.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into
Praise
the
game.
nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit.
But you're
Any of these
delightful.
points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
That's nice.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly.
Yeah.
But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons.
What?
He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function.
Oh.
Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
bad.
if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Second verse? Is this it? I'm ready for more insults. Rule of threes, maybe? Four for spite? Huh? Okay, four for spite. Okay, we're done here. Okay. I get the feeling that we didn't
All of his
do
co-workers
everything we
were
could
gone.
with the boss
What
area.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting room again? Okay. Also, I still get the feeling I'm supposed to do something
No
with
matter how
these
hard Stanley
computers.
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, see, like this thing. I press on the keyboard and I get an input. But then none of the other ones. Ooh. This game likes restarting, doesn't it? Maybe there's something there. Hold on. Will it save the progress?
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped.
now that one's off.
Surely I was mistaken.
Ah! It's already got a digit in. Okay, so keyboard. And then restart. And...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
What's with
decided
this
to
guy?
go
He's
to
only
the
got a
meeting
pencil.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is he literally a pencil
No matter
pusher
how
like
hard Stanley looked,
Mr.
he
Timmy's
couldn't
dad?
find a trace of his co-workers.
Any more inputs? Am I missing anyone? Any other computers?
When Stanley came to a set of two
there
open
were no
doors,
offices on the
he
right.
entered the door on his left.
I don't think there was. Meeting
Yet
room.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Room closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned
Where's
around
Chris?
and got back on track.
No offices downstairs.
Coming to a staircase,
Downstairs
Stanley
got
walked
weird,
upstairs to his boss's office.
It's not. Computer? Ooh! Okay, so that's 3.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days?
4.
Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Uh-huh. And the last one. Ooh. What does this do? Hello? There's so many buttons! I can press all the buttons! They're just chanting buttons. Buttons. Ah, this is amazing! Oh, wait, are they stopping? Oh, they stopped when I get close? Or was I blocking them somehow? Buttons. Buttons. All hail the buttons! This is beautiful. Are these actually? Oh, they are turning back on. Is this? So I can't turn them all off. It's every gamer's wet dream. I love all of this. This is the best thing ever. Whee! I'm not even being ironic. I love this. Okay. Yeah. As much as I do love it, I don't think we're getting anywhere here. Hello?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Did this trigger after? Can I get on that and walk through here? Oh, that's a rolly chair. I can't climb on rolly chairs. Gotta remember that. It's not safe. Ooh. Welcome to the whiteboard. What? Console bark. Do I have access to a console? How do I get to the console? Hello? Guys, how do I get to the console? That's crouch. Alt doesn't do anything. Shift does nothing. What is the console? Oh, but what if I don't know what triggered this? Was this did the heaven ending trigger this? Button room? I don't want to look it up because I'm scared of spoilers. How do I get to... Okay, guys, leave that in the comments, please. I will try my best to come back to this. Why is this all weird?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Are we just here now? Nothing else changed?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Right.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait
We still
for you
need to find out what
finish
happened to Chris.
Whatever it is you enjoy doing so. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Anything?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
There was nothing else over here, right? Just a corner. I don't remember all of the steps after this. Ooh. Stretching loading screen time. Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Did we ever get an answer?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Sure. There's gaps here. Can I use that? No. I'm just having to look around, see if there's like any like hidden clues or anything. There's that over there. Can I make it to that? Can't even jump off this. Try to make out anything inside the darkness. Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Can I press this again? What does that do? Button's still here, right? No? Can I pick up anything? Anything? How did we do this last time? Oh, cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
Yeah.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What were the ones? See, I don't think we ever go to ones that are like fired or anything. I don't think we even see their offices anywhere. So maybe that's just like an attempt at a lore thing.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Are we sure there's nothing else here? Like, I think like Easter eggs, there's some glowing boxes. That's the thing. Any numbers out of order? Anything to look for? Or is that too on the nose for these guys? Can I go back anywhere? Not that I'm seeing.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human
Still think
life.
these buttons do something.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
But I only know of the 5 buttons. No? Oh, they make a different sound every time, so I can't exactly use it as an audio cue. These guys do anything? No? Door? No? I don't remember how much of this we actually interacted with. Red button? Anything? Did we turn it off or on last time?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did!
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
I kind of broke your entire world one time, but you don't remember that.
For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Yay!
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode,
Why?
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
I can't
You
run.
are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy
No,
it.
you
Mere
dick.
moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're
Incorrect. What?
obliterated.
3?
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die
3?
anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I
Incorrect.
simply
What?
let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better.
So nothing
My
I do here is going to help
goodness,
anything.
Only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Nah, I just
I
like
mean,
pressing
look at
buttons,
you.
dude.
Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why
Yeah,
do you
one
think
attempt
that,
for me.
Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won, sold?
Enable backup power
Do
to
you have
activate
any
backup
idea
power.
what your purpose in this place is? Stanley.
Is this backup power?
You're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Okay.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
We did it! What did we do? And we're back! Okay. We still have access to heaven. See, look at that, guys. We died and we went to heaven. We good. We're so good at this game. Yay! Good endings. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it here. I might, if anyone has any like recommendations for like maybe like a, I don't know, like a step-by-step thing, but like not spoilery as to what endings are, or like, I don't know, things with like multiple outcomes like this usually do well with like a flowchart. If anyone knows of one of those, link it in the comments below, or let me know on Twitter or something. just because I'm honestly scared of especially with like games like this, where there are like so many different endings and each one of them's like unique and actually interesting. I don't want what's going to happen to be spoiled in the process of trying to find my way through all of this. So, with that said, thank you all for watching. Remember to leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Buttons.